Jennifer Aydin from the Real Housewives of New Jersey spoke out about the recent reunion taping, and she had a lot to say regarding some comments Melissa Gorga made. The Turkish housewife has always been extremely opinionated since joining Rhobh and quickly aligned herself with Teresa Giudice. Jennifer has never been afraid to butt heads and clearly got her fill during the tell-all. During a recent episode of Watch What Happens Live with Andy Cohen, Jennifer touched base on her decision to accept Teresa's invitation to be a bridesmaid in her wedding, noting she has no regard for Melissa's opinion, bluntly saying, "I don't really care what Melissa says." While Melissa was left miffed in recent Rhobh episodes after it was revealed that Bill Aydin had also been asked to be a groomsman, Jennifer shared that she felt it was an honor. The mother of five divulged that she and Teresa's families have facilitated a real friendship that will last for years. Jennifer has always been Team Teresa, and Rhobh Season 13 has shown the lengths Jen is willing to go to show support. The Rhobh Season 13 reunion just recently taped, with Jennifer adding that it was a **** show, and she was mentally and emotionally exhausted. The outspoken reality star didn't go into much more detail, but it can be assumed that Jennifer spent most of her time aligning herself with Teresa and her battles. Jennifer and her family were recently invited to the Bahamas to meet Joe Giudice, Teresa's ex-husband. The family vacation consisted of just Jennifer's family and Teresa's, but most likely bonded them for the reunion. Rhobh Season 13 has shown Jennifer arguing with multiple women, including Margaret Josephs. During an argument in Ireland where Margaret questioned the Paramus residents' intelligence, Jennifer returned fire with a word no one had heard of, boogalv, which is meant to be defined as a very ugly person. The insult went down like a lead balloon, leaving Jennifer looking foolish. Jennifer and Teresa have been as thick as thieves during Rhobh Season 13. The two women conspired to leak rumors about Melissa's marriage to Joe Gorga. The tall tales included telling newbie Danielle Cabral that Melissa was allegedly caught kissing another man in the back of her car. Jennifer has a way of always sticking up for Teresa, even during some of her worst moments. The Rhobh Season 13 reunion will most likely be no different, as Jennifer has made it clear she will go to the ends of the earth to stay to Teresa's good books, no matter the personal cost. Jennifer Aydin never backs down from a verbal skirmish, especially when the battleground is the Real Housewives of New Jersey. So when Melissa Gorga made a not-so-subtle dig about Jennifer never being bridesmaid material, the fallout wasn't a matter of if, but when, and Jennifer, she came in swinging. "I don't really care what Melissa says," Jennifer snapped in a spicy behind-the-scenes interview filmed just days after the now-viral comment aired on Bravo. "She's trying to be shady, but I've been through worse than being left out of her sad little bridal party fantasy." The spark that ignited this latest blaze in Jersey came during a cast brunch, meant to reconnect the sisterhood, as Dolores Catania optimistically put it. Between mimosas and forced pleasantries, the topic of loyalty arose. And when someone joked about who in the group would be bridesmaid-worthy, Melissa smirked, sipped her Bellini, and said with a smirk, "Let's be real, Jennifer wouldn't make the list." The air got tense. Even Teresa raised her perfectly plucked brows, but Jennifer, she played it cool, for the moment. "I clocked it," she said later. "Oh, I clocked it and I tucked it away. Because with someone like Melissa, it's all about image, and when the cracks show, that's when you go in." And go in she did. Jennifer took to Instagram the next morning, not with a traditional post, but with a cryptic story. A snapshot of her diamond-encrusted wedding ring, a clip of her lavish Paramus mansion, and the words, "Bridesmaid? Honey, I'm the bride in this life." The message was clear. Melissa's shade hadn't landed, it had ricocheted. By noon, fan accounts were ablaze. Team Jennifer, Team Melissa. Even Teresa's daughters were reportedly group texting gifs. But when the cameras rolled again at a charity gala the following weekend, the Cold War turned hot. You think just because you have a boutique and wear headbands you can decide who's worthy. Jennifer shot at Melissa across a candlelit table. You're not the authority on friendship, sweetie. You're the authority on holding grudges. Melissa rolled her eyes but didn't take the bait immediately. But Jennifer wasn't finished. Let's talk about Bridesmaids, since you're so obsessed, she said, leaning in. Were you a bridesmaid at your sister-in-law's wedding? Oh wait, no invite. Must have slipped her mind. That one hit. Even Jackie Goldschneider, sipping her Chardonnay like it was tea, let out a gasp. Melissa finally fired back. You always go for the low blow, Jennifer. Always. It's pathetic. But Jennifer just smiled. No, darling, it's strategic. Later that night, in her confessional, Jennifer unpacked the moment with icy calm. You know what? Melissa's comment was meant to hurt. But I don't take shade from women who confuse being likable with being relevant, she said. I'm not on the show to be anyone's bridesmaid. I'm on it because I'm honest, raw, and yeah, maybe too real for comfort. She paused, flipping her long brunette hair. Melissa plays polished. I play passionate. That scares her. Sources close to production say this latest feud is part of a broader shift this season. A power vacuum forming as Teresa begins to disengage from the central drama, leaving women like Jennifer and Melissa vying for narrative control. This isn't about bridesmaids, one insider confided. This is about who gets to be the alpha now. Jennifer sees the crown, and she's making a move. Off camera, Melissa seemed equally annoyed and amused by the whole thing. I mean, it's Jennifer, she shrugged during a taping of her podcast, On Display. She's always extra. I make a comment about hypothetical bridesmaids, and suddenly she's staging a coup. Like, okay girl, keep screaming into the void. But Jennifer wasn't screaming, she was plotting. She fired back with an appearance on a popular Housewives fan podcast, where she didn't hold back. I'm not for everyone. I know that. I'm loud. I cry. I talk with my hands. I defend my family like a lion, she said. But Melissa? She's trying to play cool girl while throwing daggers behind her back. I'd rather be too much than too fake. Asked if she and Melissa could ever be friends again, Jennifer didn't hesitate. Nope, she said plainly. Some people come into your life to teach you lessons. Melissa taught me to stop pretending certain women are deeper than their spray tans. By mid-season, the feud had taken on a life of its own, spilling into fan theories, merch drops, and shady tweets. One particularly popular Bravo meme featured a photoshopped image of Jennifer in a wedding gown with the caption, "Not your bridesmaid, not your puppet." Even Andy Cohen weighed in on Watch What Happens Live, calling the tension pure Housewives gold. But perhaps the most telling moment came during a cast retreat to the Jersey Shore. A group exercise encouraged the women to write anonymous compliments about each other and read them aloud. Jennifer opened hers. You're passionate and loyal, but sometimes you let your emotions cloud your judgment, she smiled. That's fair, she said. Still better than being fake. Melissa's note read, you always look put together, but maybe try being more authentic instead of always branding. She didn't smile. Back in her confessional, Jennifer leaned in with a knowing glint in her eye. Melissa wants to talk about bridesmaids like it's some social hierarchy. But I've built an empire with my husband, raised 5 kids, survived cheating rumors, confrontations, and constant judgment, and I'm still standing, still fabulous. Then, with a perfectly manicured wave, so no, Melissa. I don't care what you say, because I know who I am. And if you're threatened by that, well, I guess you won't be inviting me to your renewal ceremony. Cue the classic Bravo cliffhanger music. And just like that, the battle lines for RHONG Season 14 were drawn, not with wedding invites, but with glittering barbs and mic drop shade. In Jersey, after all, being a bridesmaid means little, but being unforgettable, that's the real crown.